Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today we're going to be ranking Season 9 from worst to best. Now, excuse me, with the release of the Season 9 box set, I have finally managed to see all of Season 9. I had not seen the Mutants and the Time Monster, or most of the Time Monster, before I picked up that box set. But now that I've seen all 5 stories, I am confident at ranking Season 9. And in 5th place at the bottom is the Time Monster. Now, to be fair, I liked the Time Monster. I thought it was a good story. It had some naff effects, to be honest, and the realization of Kronos is... But overall, story-wise, I liked it. I definitely think it was better than its reputation. And it's definitely better than the first time I tried to watch it, when I only got through like the first episode or the first 2 episodes. I didn't really care for it. But I liked it. The restoration on the Blu-ray looks really good. The studio scenes, the colors really pop. The location work looks very not grainy. Like the grain is just doesn't really look like it's there. In most of the shots, it looks really good. A lot of the colors pop on that location work as well. Roger Delgado is such a treat to watch. I love the conversations between him and John. Katie actually gets a lot to do and gets some character growth in this. And it's nice to get some time with the Unit family, because we do have a lot of time away from the Unit family in this season compared to Season 8. So it's nice that the finale of the season does have the Unit family there and present, with the Brigadier and Benton and Yates all back. I do like that. Moving up to number 4 on the list is the Curse of Pelidon. And I like Curse. It doesn't quite jump out. I can never decide what I like better between Monster and Curse. That's a really hard choice. They're very close. It's nice seeing David Troughton back again. I do like him as the King of Pelidon. The little sparkle in the eyes between him and Joe is really good. I think the set design and the model work looks really good. The film work they used for the model shot of the castle and the TARDIS falling down the cliff looked really nice. I know they did that at Ealing. Looks really, really good. The story I like Agador. I like that the Doctor and Agador kind of become buddies. And I like how it basically is, you know, mixing religion with story, and very much an allegory for, you know, do we stick to our old traditional ways? Do we embrace this new certain unknown? And I know that was reflecting Britain joining the EU at the time, but I still find that a fascinating concept. I really enjoyed the fight down in the pit between the 3rd Doctor and the champion. I'm pretty sure a lot of that's Terry Walsh, though. Love Terry. That looks really good. Just overall, I enjoy the story. It's just not one I go back to as much in the season. Matter of fact, I haven't even watched the Blu-ray version of it because I've seen the DVD of it. I just haven't been ready to revisit it, especially since I did just recently watch Monster for the first time, and they're so similar that I just haven't felt the urge to rewatch Curse yet. So I haven't seen the new Blu-ray version of it yet. Number 2 and 3 were really hard. Really, really hard. And I suspect if I had watched number 3 again, it might be number 2. It's really hard for me to pick between them. And a lot of people are going to be mad. I picked the Sea Devils for number 3. I like the Sea Devils a lot. The Sea Devils is fantastic. It's a great story. The Master is great in it. We get some great dialogue, some great sets, some great location footage. It's such a good story. It tends to drag a little, though. I always note when I'm watching it that there are parts of it that don't need to be there. Now, I haven't watched the Omnibus because, again, I've seen the Sea Devils multiple times, and I just have not been in a mood to rewatch it. So I haven't watched the Omnibus version yet. And I have a feeling that the Omnibus version might be the version of it I really like, because it just kind of trims the fat. I'll have to see. But right now, because it's not fresh on my mind, and because there are parts where I find it drags a little, it's in 3rd place. In 2nd place is the Mutants. And I know that's higher than the Mutants probably has any rights to be. But this is the first time I'd watched the Mutants. It was fresh on my mind. I liked the story. I really liked the guy playing the Marshal. He's so good. The guy playing the Ambassador gets assassinated in episode 1. I like him a lot. I know he's also in Silurians. I really like him as an actor. I wish he'd been in more episodes. The location work looks really good. I enjoy the story. I like the Mutants a lot more than its reputation. I think it's an underrated story. Is the Mutants better overall than the Sea Devils? Probably not. I rank it higher because it is fresher on my mind, and it was a first watch through, and I did enjoy it. And I do think the Mutants is one of those stories on rewatch I might not like as much because I already know everything that happens now. But it did impress me on a first viewing, whereas Sea Devils I've seen so many times, I can spot all the parts where I'm like, this is dragging, this is dragging, this is dragging. So that's probably why the Mutants is higher. Plus, I do like the Mutants outfits. I think those are pretty good. And, of course, number one on the list is Day of the Daleks. I like Day of the Daleks. It's one of my favorite Dalek stories. My definitive version of it is the special edition. I do like the updated effects, even if they do get a little carried away with the updated effects. Sometimes there's updated effects where you didn't need updated effects. To be fair, they get a little carried away. But overall, I prefer it with the updated effects, especially in the battle sequences. I did enjoy the omnibus version. I did watch that recently and review that recently. I think the omnibus version is my preferred way to watch it with the original effects, which a lot of the original effects stand up just fine. But I do hate not having laser blast from the guns. The omnibus edition was fine. But I love the story. I think it's a great, clever time travel story with time travel paradoxes. I think the guest cast do a great job. I like how they kind of have their own way of speaking. Do you connect? I like little things like that. I like the set design. I like the location work. Again, I like having a nice unit story because we don't get many unit stories this season like we did last season. So I like that it opens with, you know, Benton and the Brigadier there and doing stuff, and Yates doing stuff. And of course, we get the Doctor's famous, I lost my train of thought. I was thinking of the Daisy speech, but I think that's actually from Time Monster. Yeah, they get tied up a lot in this season, don't they? But yeah, and especially the special edition with the Dalek voices. I love the updated Dalek voices. The regular Dalek voices, once I adjusted them, aren't as bothersome as when you first hear them. I'm fine with them after a while. But I do much prefer the special edition with the updated Dalek voices alone. That makes that worth it. But yeah, it is one of my favorite Dalek stories. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's a good time paradox. And I like Season 9 overall. I like every story in Season 9. I think it's an underrated season. I like every story this season better than I do Claws of Axos. I can say that. So, that's my ranking for Season 9. I'd like to know how you would rank Season 9 and what you think of the season as a whole. So comment down below and let me know. Other things to do. Don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button. I am trying to grow the channel to 1,000 subscribers. That's my goal in 2023, so I certainly appreciate that if you enjoy my content. If you really enjoy my content, I also have a link to my Patreon below. I appreciate every single one of them. They've been a really big help, especially lately. I've really appreciated them. My finances were a little rough for a couple months, and it really helped out. I really appreciate it. So I want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons, Stephen Crane, Colin Coney, Finn Perkins, and Unknown289. I appreciate their support as I do the support of all of my patrons, every single one of you. That's down there if you want to check that out. I also have a P.O. box. If there's anything you would like to send me to look at and review, and a link to my Amazon wish list is down there as well. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.